Well, it has now been several months since the city of Buffalo passed legislation that actually redrew its district lines. And as promised by grassroots organizers, a lawsuit has now been filed in state Supreme Court challenging those new lines. And good evening, everyone. I'm Scott Levin. Mary Alice is off tonight. Tuning your side's Nate Benson has been following this story. And Nate, this lawsuit really wasn't a surprise to most people, right?
Yeah, no, it wasn't, Scott. And organizers told me that back in August that they planned to immediately file a lawsuit. But the attorneys involved say once they got started digging into the case, it became much bigger than they thought. Back in August, Buffalo Mayor Byron Brown seemingly welcomed the lawsuit, saying,
"That is a citizen's right to sue if they choose to."
But then, several days later, couldn't think of a reason why one would need to be filed.
I see no legal basis for a challenge, but that is the right of these individuals.
So 11 petitioners, represented by attorneys Stephanie Adams, Adam Bojack, and Samantha White, did just that in state Supreme Court Tuesday. The reason why, they say?
The law controlling the 2022 redistricting process was not followed, leading to, at the end of the day, what we are contending are defective and unfair representational districts.
The lawsuit contends that the city, among many things, violated open meeting laws by not properly posting notice of meetings and violated the city charter guidelines for reapportionment.
We have a number of other occasions where city representatives said one thing, but the reality was the exact opposite, or just misrepresentations were made. Whether they were known or unknown misrepresentations, they were still leading to confusing results.
Harper Bishop, interim director of Our City Action Buffalo and one of the petitioners in the lawsuit, is a former aide to a council member. Even Bishop was confused by the reapportionment process because the communication from the city wasn't clear.
It's very clear that the average Buffalonian who is poor or working class, who doesn't have access to transportation, has been significantly limited because of the fact that they live in the sixth most segregated and the third poorest city in the country. It's going to be very difficult for them to participate.
As for a resolution here, everyone involved says they simply want the process that is on the books properly followed. And they filed a 300-plus page report with the court that they say clearly outlines the process of redistricting was not followed.
The big flaw is how the map was created. Democracy is in the details. The details were not followed. In this case, the details of the law.
Now, I'm told this court process should be pretty quick, only a few weeks. That's important because the beginning of next year, petitions for city council election will go around. All 9 seats are up for grabs in 2023. I reached out to several members of the Buffalo Common Council for this story. None of them were available for an interview. I also reached out to Mayor Brown's office, and all they would say is they don't comment on pending litigation. Scott?
All right, Nate Benson tonight.